Is this where you want to be? Is this where you want to finish this?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
That is a floundering franchise that was saved by LeBron James wanting to move to Los Angeles, not by Rob Pelinka or Jeanie Buss's fancy PowerPoint presentation.
What if the biggest threat to the Lakers dynasty wasn't the Celtics, wasn't the Warriors, and wasn't even bad luck? What if it came from inside the building? Because for years, the Lakers sold fans a perfect story: legacy, unity, trust. But behind the banners and the smiles, something was quietly breaking. And now, the truth is finally leaking out. This isn't just NBA drama or front office gossip. This is a power struggle. On one side, Jeanie Buss, the woman who controls the most valuable franchise in the NBA. On the other, LeBron James, the man who brought that franchise back into relevance. According to ESPN's Baxter Holmes, these two were never as aligned as they wanted fans to believe. In fact, LeBron's name wasn't just mentioned. He was at the center of everything.
I don't care about an article. I don't care how somebody feel about me. I don't care about stories. I don't care about podcasts and all that type of It don't bother me. I can care less how somebody feel about me.
From rumors about trading him, frustration over roster control, to resentment over who really deserved credit for saving the Lakers. What once looked like a powerful partnership slowly turned into tension. Because this story isn't really about basketball. It's about credit. It's about control. And it's about when two powerful figures who both believe the Lakers belong to them. And now for the first time, we're seeing how close this relationship came to completely falling apart. Before we talk about LeBron, you need to understand one thing about Jeanie Buss. She doesn't lose power battles. According to the ESPN expose, Jeanie methodically consolidated power inside the Lakers organization. First, she partnered with younger members of her family to push out the older ones from leadership roles. Then, partnered with the older ones and removed the younger ones. And guess what? She fired every single one. Then she sold large portions of Lakers ownership while still remaining the team's governor. No one in league history has ever done that. It was ruthless, and it worked. After nearly a decade of irrelevance, the Lakers returned to the top. But here's the catch. That championship didn't come from her vision. It came from landing a 4-time MVP. And behind closed doors, reports suggest Jeanie never liked the idea that the man who saved the franchise wasn't her.
As far as him being the savior, he was the savior. Nobody wanted to go to the Lakers before LeBron got there.
They were arguably the worst team in basketball for a half decade.
He returned them to relevancy because for several years they were not.
In 2018, LeBron James arrived in Los Angeles. It looked like a fairy tale, but the truth was simpler. LeBron didn't need the Lakers needed LeBron. Before LeBron arrived, the Lakers had missed the playoffs 5 straight years. LeBron had just been to 8 consecutive NBA Finals. Free agents weren't lining up for LA. The Clippers were running the city. As DeMarcus Cousins put it, LeBron James made the Lakers cool again.
Yeah, LeBron was the savior. He made the Lakers cool again. He made people want to come play for the Lakers. And
within 2 seasons, LeBron delivered what the franchise hasn't seen in a decade, a championship. Jeanie praised LeBron publicly, but relationships built on power only last when everyone agrees on who's in charge, and that agreement never existed. According to ESPN, one idea never sat well with Jeanie Buss, that LeBron was viewed as the savior and not the other way around. From Jeanie's perspective, no player, not even LeBron, was ever bigger than the Lakers. History backs that up. She fired family members, turned against Jerry West, and may have driven Magic Johnson away. So when LeBron became the reason the Lakers mattered again, tension was inevitable. Behind the scenes, Jeanie reportedly complained about LeBron's outsized ego and the influence of clutch sports. LeBron wanted win-now moves. Jeanie wanted long-term control. LeBron believed the 2020 championship proved the Lakers needed him. Jeanie believed it proved that her system worked. Legacy versus ownership, and neither side was willing to blink. You see, LeBron doesn't just play basketball. Wherever he goes, he reshapes the entire organization. Front office, coaches, roster. He did it in Cleveland. He did it in Miami. And when he came to the Lakers, that power is exactly what broke everything. LeBron has always believed one thing. If you want to win now, you need to control now. That's where the problem started, because Jeanie Buss didn't agree. She wasn't about to turn the Lakers into a player-run franchise. From LeBron's perspective, this was different. These were the final years of his career. He stayed even after Magic Johnson, the reason he signed, stepped down. So every win now move made sense to him, because wasting what was left of his prime was never an option. And that's the irony. The exact mindset that made LeBron successful is what ultimately fractured his relationship with the Lakers. Because when the ultimate win now move happened, everything collapsed.
It is official, if
Yeah.
you will. Big game.
I like that.
Russell Westbrook, a Los Angeles Laker.
The move that was supposed to save everything, the Russell Westbrook trade.
Guarding LeBron, shot clock down to 3. Westbrook already hit 2, has to fire at the buzzer, all there. And the Lakers offense melting.
On paper, it looked exciting. A former MVP joining LeBron and Anthony Davis. In reality, it was a disaster. The trio barely played together. They never shared a playoff floor. Westbrook went from centerpiece to bench player to being shipped out. When it failed, Jeanie felt the blame landed everywhere, except on LeBron. Jeanie believed LeBron pushed for the move, then avoided accountability. That's when she drew the line. LeBron could be a Laker, but he would not run the Lakers. And from that moment on, trust was gone.
Here's Rashawn Holmes checking Russell Westbrook. Rashawn giving him his space, mid-range jumper. Way short air ball. Shot clock did not reset. Didn't hit rim, so it's down to 3. Holmes, well contested.
And then something unthinkable almost happened. Behind closed doors, the Lakers owner was ready to remind the face of the franchise who really held the power. LeBron has always wanted control over how his career and legacy would end, but Jeanie Buss believed that control had limits. After years of tension over roster influence and the failed Russell Westbrook trade, reports say Buss privately considered what life after LeBron might look like. That meant not extending his contract and even floating trade scenarios. Ultimately, nothing moved forward. The PR backlash would have been catastrophic. So LeBron signed a new 2-year, $104 million extension in 2024, complete with a no-trade clause. What shocked people around the league wasn't just that LeBron could have been moved, it was where. The Los Angeles Clippers, one decision away from turning the face of the Lakers into their greatest enemy. But the final crack wasn't about basketball, it was personal. By then, LeBron had already signed an extension with a no-trade clause. On the surface, everything looked settled, but behind the scenes, it wasn't. When the Lakers drafted Bronny James with the 55th pick, reports claimed Jeanie Buss privately felt LeBron wasn't grateful. LeBron denied ever asking for the pick. GM Rob Pelinka backed him up, saying the decision was based on merit. No one ever confirmed what was actually said behind closed doors, and that's what made it different. To Jeanie, Bronny wasn't just a late second-round pick. He was the moment the power struggle became impossible to ignore. So, how did LeBron respond? Not with anger, not with denial, with indifference.
There's an article written every day. Who gives a shit? I don't.
I don't care about an article. I don't care how somebody feel about me.
LeBron's agent Rich Paul directly pushed back on the idea that Clutch Sports ever controlled the Lakers. In fact, Paul made it clear, if LeBron or Clutch had any real power, Ty Lue would have been the Lakers' head coach.
Power, if that was the case, if we had all this power, then Tyronn Lue would have been the head coach.
And that matters because it reframes everything. You can question LeBron's ego. You can debate control, but you can't rewrite history. This expose can claim Jeanie Buss disliked LeBron's ego. It can claim she felt he was ungrateful, but it can't rewrite what actually happened. When LeBron arrived, the Lakers were irrelevant. Free agents weren't lining up. Fans were divided. He came anyway. He stayed anyway. And every ounce of success the Lakers have had since then traces back to one decision. LeBron brought Anthony Davis. LeBron delivered a championship. LeBron made the Lakers matter again. None of it happens without him.